it's Wendy here again from Team Fish Crafts, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'm going to be making a painter's palette for a friend of mine. Now this is the mould I've got, which is a painter's palette mould, and I think it came from AliExpress. I haven't seen too many of them. In fact, I think this is the only one I've seen. I will check that and put that in the description though. And I'm going to be making it for Make It Soph. Now, if you haven't heard of Make It Soph, she is an amazing artist. She's very good with paints and drawing, and she makes puppets, if you can call them puppets, as well. She's on Instagram. She's got a few accounts on Instagram. Go check her out. I'll put a link down below. She is amazing and very bubbly and such a lovely person. Anyway, I thought I'd make her a painter's palette. Now, obviously, we come up with the colours that we liked, that she liked. Basically, creams, white, silvers, shimmery colours like pearl colours. So I've got a few that I'm going to use, and I'm going to try and make it not so bright, because obviously if you're putting paint on top, you want to be able to see the colours that you're using. Let's see how I get on with this. Hopefully it will come out the way I want it to. So I'm using Vista Cascade. I do like Vista Cascade, must admit. And a silver pigment that's a floating pigment, and that's from Just For You Online UK. I'll put all the links in the description. I've mixed up my silver. I'm also using Resin 8 mica, which is an interference pink. Again, I've mixed that up already. I actually bought this from eBay, Born Pretty, and I didn't know, to be honest with you, what colour it was, because there's no colour written on the little tub. And it turned out such a beautiful blue. I had no idea. I'm also using Snow White mica powder, which is a white. It's a pearl white. Now I'm going to start by pouring clear into the mould, because I want it to dissipate the colours. I want them to flow. Using a bit of heat to get rid of the bubbles. I also thought I'd push it around with the heat gun as well, but it didn't quite work that way, so I gave up with that. Silicone tool instead. You can see that the clear doesn't cover the base completely, but that doesn't matter. That's not why it's there. It's just there to help the other colours flow. I'm just moving it around a little bit. I don't want it all in one place. Also, I want to make sure that there's no bubbles around the edge. Looks very haphazard, but there is a method to what I'm doing here. Now I thought, well, we'll have pink one side, and as this is such a beautiful blue, we'll have blue the other side. Oh, it's adorable, this colour. I'm going to have to find out where I bought it from. It must have been about 3 years ago I bought this, and I thought it was so expensive at the time, but wow, what a colour. And that interference pink from Resin 8, another great colour. Again, just making sure there's no bubbles around the edge. And I want to make sure the colour gets to the edge as well. Obviously the clear has been pushed out to the edge and I want to make sure the colour gets there. Now I'm just going to mingle the colours a little bit. I want the pink and the blue to kind of stay separate, apart from when they meet obviously. And I want the white in the centre, but I do want them to mingle a little. Isn't that gorgeous? It's gorgeous right there. If only resin stayed where you put it. Doesn't happen that way, does it? But you can manipulate it. So all the bubbles are going now. Now I'm just going to leave it. Now I've left it for about 90 minutes. You can see it's quite warm, it's nearly 50 degrees. And the silver that I've left is really thick now, which is what I wanted. And I'll take a temperature of that and you can see it's really hot because it's quite thick in the pot. .66 degrees and going up rapidly. And it was at this point where if I didn't use it, it would get hard. So I had to think, right, now's my time. And this is where I decided to just go randomly with the silver all over. Now if I'd have left it like that, I would have been extremely happy. But I decided to push it around with the air gun. Oh my goodness, it did not work. It was awful because it had got so thick. It wasn't moving at all and it just turned it into an awful mess. And I thought, okay, can't have this. So I decided to move it myself. Now because it was really thick, because it was really starting to set up, I could put it somewhere and it would stay there. So the design I'm putting in now will be more or less what it will end up like because I've let it go so long. At this point I thought, hold on a minute, is this the top or is this the bottom? No, it's like I've got to touch the bottom of the mould with the microbrush to make sure that the underneath has got a pattern too. I was looking for a mottled effect, both sides. When you're doing it on the top, you really don't know what's happening underneath. So I was using that tiny micro brush to actually touch the surface underneath so I could alter the surface underneath as well as the colour on top. And I absolutely love this. It looks so, so gorgeous. So this is an hour later and you can see the blue has kind of bubbled up a little. It's not bubbles, it's just the way the colour is. And it looks so 3D, but it's actually perfectly flat. And you can't see the pink from this angle, but the pink has done a similar thing on the other side. So this is 24 hours later and I'm doing another coat. Just going up to the edge of the mould. Gotta get rid of those pesky bubbles, huh? So this is 24 hours later then, and you can see it's got a rippled effect there. I wasn't happy with the finish, but I've taken it out of the mould. I did have some issues with top coating this. Even the end result isn't perfect, but I'm happy. Now this is where I use the chrome, liquid chrome, and it's very easy to apply, and it is such a lovely finish. It is so shiny. When resin goes over the top of it, it takes the shine away, and so really this chrome needs to be on the outside of the resin. When it's funny, when you get to somewhere and you think which way's up, what am I like? I still don't know how you hold it. Anyway, this is one side, which is the side with the silver, obviously, that I put in, poured in and then manipulated. And the pinks and the blues, I mean, this camera doesn't do it justice. It is really gorgeous. And this is the other side. The top coats aren't immaculate. They're not immaculate, they're fine. I've showed pictures of this to Soph and she loves it, so it'll be going to her soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll be back again next week with some more projects. You're never going to know what you're going to get with me, so let's see what happens. Have a nice week. I'll put some stills up at the end. Take care from now.